Well, no. Seems like the flies have decided to fly the coop. But now it's just me and you. No, I did this for, oh my goodness, be careful. About 30 minutes before, and, I'm making the decision to stay in this state of mind, you know, in the pursuit of testing out my convictions regarding fragmentation, dissipation, uh, and dilution. Three terms orbiting around the same, as of yet, mostly unarticulated set of ideas. So I'm going to, now that I've laid down here, take a few deep breaths. And I'd appreciate it if you took them along with me. Okay? And I'm going to anchor my attention somewhere around the center of the stomach. And from there, let it spread kind of like an ink drop in warm water. Through the rest of the tiles of the body. And I'm going to try to speak the truth as it appears to me in visions. Truth is kind of a tricky thing when it comes to visions because words can give rise to visions or visions to words, depending on what you want. There you have the truth. For me, I'm chiefly interested here in what the visions have to say. I'm not interested in bullshitting syllables into the microphone until my gums bleed. It's sort of a strange, fruitless use of your time. Perfectly good time lying down listening to the fan. I can't fathom. So I'm leaning over the bar counter with my fingers ruffling through the back of my hair. And there's a young kid and he's rhythmically tapping his shot glass on the polished old oak counter. There are dark whorls and knots in the counter, and flies are landing and sipping on some sort of beery puddle. To my right, the kid to my left. His hips are pointed toward me, indicating some sort of digestive interest. And his head is angled obliquely, pointing his eyes so that the rays that come out of his pupils, if there were such a thing, would bounce off the counter at maybe a 45-degree angle and splash after arcing into my beer mug. And for all I know, they are doing so. And he's telling me about gunfighting. He says it that way, gunfighting. Like it doesn't matter at all. And maybe he's trying to tell me that he's the sort of fellow that prefers to talk about things that don't matter at all. You know, love, family, kinship, a greater order of natural beings, symbiosis. Pain, pleasure, the effects of a cold dunk on the nervous system, etc. Plus the allure of smoking. When we all know it's damn well that it's downright terrible for you. And he says gunfighting, the nature of gunfighting is that 9 out of 10 gunfighters are terrible at it. Almost every single gunfighter is 10 times, no, 100 times worse than the very best gunfighter. If it was linear, I suppose it would be 10 times. 1 to 10, arrange them, 10 gunfighters, 9 out of 10. It would be, I don't know, 10 times worse. No, the scale is different than that. It's geometric. The very best are so unfathomably better than the merely mediocre. Why is that? Well, it's the kind of thing you have to gamble your life to practice. You do. You can't practice gunfighting on a straw dummy, a tin can. There are a million dab hands with a gun that are constantly pulling off, you know, unbelievable type shots at improbable ranges, no less, under controlled conditions. As a matter of fact, there are many philosophies of life that perform immaculately under controlled conditions. The problem is these systematizers, condition controllers, tin can gunfighters fall to pieces under conditions which are, shall we say, beyond their control. I've seen it happen. Only reason I'm fit to sit here, stare at the bar, and talk about things that don't matter to you here today is this phenomenon. Where your average gunslinging bloke with perhaps, I don't know, an anger problem or a ruffled home life or emotionally unstable romantic partner comes to me and sees my arrogance, something, sees a man with a gun who's known for doing things with the gun, known for keeping himself together in a fight, and decides that this is going to be the day, this is it. He'll finally have a reason not to feel contempt for himself deep down in his appendix, where the contempt and love for your fellow man, and therefore all the parts of yourself that ain't you, which includes you, lies. And anyhow, he goes to pull his gun, and then suddenly he realizes that the universe is no longer under his control. And hell, it ain't in mine ever. And never was. Because the controlling ain't the skillful part. No. No, it ain't. Mine does not. Because he's not a bit of a terror. But what the hell, what do I have to say? I pull out my revolver and look at it, because I know he doesn't particularly care what I do, which is a privilege of his advanced position in the hierarchy in which he is specialized in. My gun is brutal and cold and milky gray. Looks to be out of star metal. Star metal revolvers are rare these days. Meteorite. And the smith has made it. Never bothered to polish the scars of its making off its violence-crusted barrel. And to be frank, neither have I. But it still squirts slugs out like seeds. Take a sip of my drink, and it's warm and sharp and stings me. And I feel a little more inclined to listen to the kid, who is tracing infinity signs with stale, sticky beer on the counter and making a mess. And in general, becoming playful as he too has finished whatever he was drinking. And you know, well, I was going to say, it's like dancing. Whoever danced, you know that it's when you're first learning how to enjoy dancing, learning what pleasure may or may not be in the act, you get the feeling that it's beyond systems. You can't dance by an instruction manual. You can, but the man who learns to dance from a book enjoys it half as much as the man whose chief joy in life is movement, and whose joy in life involves the natural, unfolding, progressive discovery of ways in which movement can be pleasurable. No, I don't know. I've never been much of a dancer. And he rubs his forefinger and thumb around the rim of his little shot glass in sort of a pensive rotating motion, and watches the hydrostatic watch it of the little bead of liquor between his skin and the rim of the glass. But anyways, they come to try me, yes they do. And they discover that they have entered a brilliant, bold new space of life. And this is it. They've found, in that moment when they've reached for their gun, they've They find the space between moments elongating, and they are stepping now, moving through great chasms of space. They are dancing from one moment to another through vast gaps of void. And they know that no feeling could beat this feeling. No. This is it, man. That good, warm feeling spreads through your chest like liquor, except your mind is completely clear. Clearer than ever. Clearer than it's ever been. Oh. Concentration. Like both halves of you, the top and the bottom of you, are coming to meet each other in maybe the center of your chest, and they're going to merge to a marble made out of diamond, and that's you. Pure will. Desireless will. I could see he was enjoying himself. And then they get shot. But why? Well, it's simple. Because they didn't hit their target. They know how to shoot tin cans. Their systematized philosophy of gunfighting serves them perfectly anywhere but a fight. But this is not target practice. It's not target practice, it's the real thing. This is a new type of mind, a new type of moment. They've spent hours and hours in one type of moment, but this is not that moment. This is a completely new, never before seen, never will be seen again, infinitesimal moment. They are not familiar with such a place. It is a place more than a time, and they do not know how to shoot in this place where they are hurtling and blinking in rapid fashion through new moments of consciousness. I am. Because they've simply come to me. I've been blessed with more time in this place, and I know how to shoot here. I know how my hand works here. I know how my gun works here. And I know how to see here. They do not see in this moment. They're still learning how to see, and they will not get the chance to learn. As to who gets the chance to learn and who doesn't, well, I don't know how that works. Only that I, through surviving, have accrued something of a snowball of advantage. It keeps rolling every time they come and draw on me, and they're not good enough. I get a little better. Most of them only get the one try, maybe two or three. You've got guts. But I never really had a stomach. Maybe that's the difference. And anyhow, they'll never catch up. Unless they get really lucky. Which they may. Oh, in this place we are subject to a beautiful, unmerciful, old as time lady statistics. and she takes a very broad view of things. And that's gunfighting.